Well, well, how the turntables. Just a few months ago, I was a no one, a cloutless wonder. And now, here I am, with over 5,000 subscribers. What a wondrous occasion this is. I decided that now that I'm a world famous, globally recognizable beauty influenceuse, if you will, is the French. I decided to A some Q's. I asked you guys to send me preguntas, and I'm gonna give you guys some respuestas. So I'm just going to go through and answer them in the order that I got them. I guess I should also do on makeup. Perfect. Let's start with the first question, and eyebrows. Elise929 asked, why'd you leave education? I ask as someone getting that teaching license as we speak. Oh Lord, okay, I'm gonna expose myself here. I left education because I'm really bad at classroom management and behavior management. I hate disciplining kids and I hate following rules. I would always be that teacher that'd be like, we don't have to do that rule. And then like 6 months into the year, I'd be like, oh my God, I see why that rule was there. I don't necessarily want to be like I'm not a regular teacher, I'm a cool teacher type of teacher. I do sometimes fall into that trap, but it's more so that I don't really get much gratification out of teaching what I have to teach. For example, my first job out of college, I was at a charter school for an entire school year and I had to teach English. I didn't know this because I've always been someone who really enjoyed my English classes growing up. Teaching English when you have to abide by a curriculum that's extremely grammar heavy and also extremely test prep heavy is awful. I know those things are important, but they're really not fun to teach. It's hard to make those things interesting. And that's what I had to do. I had to write lesson plans centered around that for an entire school year. And it sucked for me. I hate lesson planning so much. And also, this is a lesser thing, but the difficulty that I was having with disciplining my students was sort of causing almost a resentment against them in me at the job I was at this past spring that I quit. I didn't want that for myself. It's not fair to my students. I've studied a lot in child development and adolescent psychology, so I know that it's not always a conscious choice in children and early adolescents to do things that I find annoying. A lot of it is social posturing, a lot of it is insecurity. Sometimes it is a conscious choice, a lot of times it is, yes, but sometimes it's not. I foresaw myself in the future, if I never left education, being one of those teachers that's super checked out and really resents their students. And that's the type of thing that when I originally decided to go into education when I was around 16, that was the sort of thing that I was like, I'm gonna undo that. I'm gonna be the teacher that doesn't do that. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna be the teacher that does that. So I didn't want that for myself and I didn't want that for my future hypothetical students, so I left. And I'm so happy. The thing about education is that you need to have the drive. You need to have the drive and the passion, and I've met so many people who do have that, and I don't have that. I thought I did, and I don't, and that's okay. Instead, I'm just gonna be a useless creative. Sniveling.idiot. Me asked, what made you start a YouTube channel? What age were you when you became a queen? I'm a duchess at best, please. I started my YouTube channel at the very end of my senior year of college in 2016. I was watching a whole bunch of beauty videos and I didn't have a set group of people I was subscribed to yet. I would just search for a genre of video and just watch every single one I could find. Girl, where is she? Here she is. I'm gonna use my Milk Makeup blur stick. I have a little baby one because I'm just trying it out. I do like it. And I was watching all these people, and I'm gonna be honest, I kind of started my YouTube channel a little bit out of competitive spite because a lot of the people I was watching, I was just like, gosh, these people are so dull. And yet they have thousands upon thousands of subscribers. I'm not saying these people were actually boring. I'm saying that was 2016 me's opinion. And 2016 me was a terrible person. So who cares what she thinks? But I was like, if they can do it and they can be successful and they can gain an audience and have access to talking to a whole bunch of people, then I can do it. So I did. And then I posted really sporadically for a year out of anxiety. And then last October, my grandmother died. And I was very sad one night and I wanted to do something that would make me happy. So I made a video called Products I Used to Have Crushes On. And then the next week I made a video that was an anti-haul and then it got put on Reddit. and here you all are. So that's what started things. Good lord, I gotta make this interesting. This is gonna be so boring. MJ Bath asked, what are your favorite sweet and savory snacks? Ooh! I love Little Lad's herbal corn. It's popcorn that has dill and salt and nutritional yeast. I love nutritional yeast. I love hot Cheetos and hot fries and anything spicy. I love yogurt pretzels. Ooh. I don't let myself eat too many sweet snacks because if I have like cookies in the house, I will house them in one day. So it's not responsible. Oh, hello. What is that? What? Oh, what in the world? Okay, hi. Oh, Cheez-Its. Ooh. I love Cheez-Its. I love the extra toasty ones. Delicious. MJ Bath also asked, what are 3 long-term and short-term goals you would like to accomplish? Are you a guidance counselor? What kind of question? I don't know. I'm a directionless millennial. I would like to grow my channel a little bit more. I don't want to get like super megawatt famous, but I want to get famous enough that I can like at random brands on Twitter and just ask for stuff and have them send it to me because I'm gonna give them exposure. Like, I remember one time I saw Christine Sedelko at some sort of pet care brand that her dog really liked a toy that they made, and then the next day she posted a picture of her dog sitting in a box full of those toys that the brand had sent, and I'm like, that is a level of power I want. I want to be able to just at Zyko coconut water on Twitter and be like, hi, send me all of the coconut water you have. That's my favorite drink is coconut water. No one asked that, but it's true. I want to find some direction in my professional life. I want to get back into writing. I used to write all the time. I want to work for like a magazine, like an online publication or some such. I recently had the sobering realization that I want to do creative things professionally, which is terrifying. Because I was lying to myself and I was like, I want to go into coding. I want to be a programmer. And it's like, no, sis, you want to write for Reductress and that's okay. Like, you want to be a voice actress and that's okay. You're not going to get fulfillment out of lying to yourself, but wanting to do things that you deem more productive than the creative things that actually make you happy. That's just tea. What interests you outside of makeup? Asked Palette Princess. Nothing. I'm just kidding. I love photography. I genuinely do love video editing. I like pretending that I'm into hiking. I paint sometimes. I'm very bad at it, but I do it. I really gotta start putting on eye makeup and I don't want to. I like singing. I love musical theater, but I'm absolutely terrified to ever actually act. Deus Ex Machina. Oh, Deus Ex Machina. Responded to your question sticker, tell us more about your children, meaning my cats. Okay, they're right here. So let's do that real speedy quick. So right here we have my small gray son. This is Calvin. Beep, beep, beep. Calvin's interests include being gray, never letting me have any moments to myself, scratching the walls, jumping up onto my armoire where he knows he's not allowed to go. He loves disrespecting me in my own household. He loves letting his claws grow way too long, and then when I try to trim them like a good goddamn Samaritan, he'll do stuff like this to me, so that's great. Over here, we have my daughter. She's not so much a cat as much as she is a cryptid that chooses to take the shape of a cat. Her name is Shadow. Her interests include yelling, being very soft, wet food, scratching my couch. She likes being held so she can look out of the window, which I think is nice. Yeah, those are my cats, and those are their interests. That's great. Hi. Lexi_page_makeup says, how many lip glosses do you own? I'm nosy. Oh, so we're just exposing me now? Okay. 22. I have 22. Lip glosses. Viper GRLKNTR asked what I do for a living. Office temp. And is it what you wanted to be doing for a living? No. Emily Original asked, what's your favorite Scooby-Doo movie, if you have one? Bold of you to assume there's even a possibility I don't have a favorite Scooby-Doo movie. It's Zombie Island. No, is it? It might be Ghoul School. Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School walked so Monster High could run, and I think we need to acknowledge that more. Portal to Dreamland responded to your question sticker. What's your favorite album of all time? Speak by Lindsay Lohan. Sincerely Alex asked, what are your reasons for not subscribing to certain larger channels? In parentheses, put Desi or Katie. I just don't find them to be all that interesting. If I don't find you personally entertaining or utilitarian in that you're consistently talking about products that are within my price range that I could buy, what's the point for me? To see why this is popular, I know who that is. Hey girl. Asked, what's your favorite lip stain for everyday workwear? I've pulled 2 lipsticks and 2 glosses that I semi-frequently will wear whenever I have to be in an office or around people. This is Ulta Shiny Sheer Gloss in Cherry. This is Ulta Shiny Sheer in Plum. These are both super comfortable and very gently pigmented, so they're still professional, you know? They're still wearable. This is one of my favorite liquid lipsticks of all time. This is Physicians Formula's The Healthy Lip in the shade Nutritious. A nice little reddish chocolatey nude. We love her. Quite subtle. This is Bite Beauty's liquid lipstick in the shade Jicama, which is a somewhat similar color, but it's definitely got a little bit more of a berry tone to it. These don't ever dry down, which I quite like because it means they're super comfortable. Literally, we're just in here and it was fine. Literally, we're just in here and it was fine. Okay, this is a lipstick that recently came back into my life. This is Milani's matte lipstick in the shade Matte Beauty number 69. I decluttered this months ago, like last December, and I recently repurchased it because I started watching Goth Fruits, and this is his like go-to forever favorite lipstick, and I was like, huh, maybe I should buy this again, and I did, and I was wrong to declutter it. So thank you for setting me straight, Rin, who doesn't watch these videos and never will. But those are my favorite go-to like workwear neutral type of situations. They're all very comfortable, they're all very affordable, and they're all very natural. Billy Arnold Chemist asked, what superpower would you want to have? Shapeshifter! Jalen Nicole asked, what's your favorite constellation? Pisces. What do you think my favorite constellation would be? Manatee Gal 666, pancakes or waffles? This is a waffle household. Also asked, favorite Pokemon? Jigglypuff. When I was a sophomore in college, I used to really pride myself on my Pokemon impressions. I should also note that for a lot of my sophomore year of college, I was drunk. I'm gonna use my Subculture palette, which may be a mistake. Katie Cakes, that's a cute username. What has been your weirdest makeup / YouTube related experience? And in this meme economy, where should we invest next? Well, I want to say moth memes, but apparently that irritates some of you guys. I guess they've already been the it meme for a while. I didn't know that. I was just quietly, privately enjoying moth memes, and then I went on Twitter like a week or so ago, and everybody was moth meming it up. So I would say my weirdest makeup related thing is just like being at all recognized by brands in any context. Like right after I hit 2,000 subscribers, I had one of those absurd like tea companies slither up into my Instagram DMs on some nonsense. Like, hey, I'm Esther and I work for Tea for Thee, and we want to know if and I left her on red like a textbook because I'm not entertaining that nonsense in this household. Noticeably, Abby asked, what's your favorite part about living in the Boston area? Being cold all the time. But I love it. It's my little bean town. It's my favorite. It's great. Jess HO221 asked, how do you fight your inner shopping goblin to make it easier not to spend money because a girl is struggling? What really causes me to like pump my brakes when it comes to purchasing is not necessarily because like that's gonna cost a lot of money. It's like, you gotta use the stuff you have, mom. I'm such a serial like comparer of things. If I see a new thing, I'm like, okay, well that color looks like this color in this palette that I have, and that shimmer is like this shimmer I have, and this is like that. And by the time I'm done, I've categorized everything in the palette as like, I either already have this or I'm not gonna use that color because it's too light. You know, I just try to have like a very well-defined idea in my head of what I already have, like a mental inventory of the makeup I own already. So when I see something new to me, I'm like, is that really new to me, or do I have that in a similar thing? It's like I have the 2 girls from Dupe That in my cerebral cortex at all times. I'm gonna use my September Rose Slush Belly. This is a banger, by the way. O3.0821 asked, what languages do you speak? I speak English, I speak a little bit of French, I speak a little bit of Spanish, I speak a medium amount of Italian. Katsisano_Ron asked, favorite aesthetic that you will never actually attempt / pull off? I don't have an aesthetic that I will never attempt. I'll attempt anything. Maybe I will go goth at some point in my life. Who can never be sure? Katsisano_Ron also asked, did you watch Shane spit on Jeffree? If so, did it make you think differently about JSC? No and no. Jess H0221 is back with a question. What do you use to edit and how did you get started on filming and editing? I use Final Cut Pro, but before I had Final Cut, I just used iMovie. How did I get started on filming and editing? I've been making videos of different varieties since I was about 14, and I've used iMovie that entire time. If I ever hit like 10,000 subscribers, I'm gonna find all of the old videos that I used to make when I was a teenager, trying to emulate like Kingsley and Jenna Marbles and Shane Dawson, and also just making my own little like absurd little compilation things, and I'm gonna react to them. It's just like physical cringe. If you ever want to see that, recommend my channel to people. Endra Alwen said, hi from Twitter. Hey! What are your favorite long-wearing nail polish brands? I very recently tried Colourpop for the first time. I have Harp on It and Over the Moon, which are silver and blue, respectively. These last, sis. I had a couple coats of this, which by the way, if you double up on coats, it dulls the holographic shine, so just you know. There were like no chips for a week and a half, which is unheard of for me. Ola Quinn asked, what are some of your weirdest pet peeves? This isn't a weird pet peeve, but I literally cannot stand when people eat with their mouths open and I can hear the sound of them chewing. It makes me want to like flip tables. I hate the sound of sponges on plastic tablecloths. I hate the sound of typing. I recently watched, I think her name is Samantha Maria's British fashion, gorgeous. She did a video on unpopular fashion opinions, and I want to do that because I have thoughts. I hate cold shoulder tops. I understand their value. As up until very recently, I was a H cup, so I couldn't wear off the shoulder tops, but sometimes you want that look, you want that little like Cher Horowitz from Clueless show some skin. So I get it, but I think they look goofy. Ola Quinn's other question was share some unpopular opinions, so I'm mixing them together. I'm gonna go in with cherry limeade. Good lord, I'm like absolutely torpedoing this as a tutorial. Please unsubscribe. Please absolutely eviscerate that dislike button. Thank you so much. Other unpopular opinions, I hate chocolate covered strawberries. I think it's an awful texture combination. I don't even like fruit that much actually. I really don't like coffee, and I hate beer. And I have so many friends that are beer enthusiasts and beer purists, and they're like, well, you've just had like Rolling Rock, right? Or like Pabst. I'm like, no, Greg, no. I've had those. I've had the Belgian pale ales. I've had the IPAs and the frickin' grapefruit sculpins and the pineapple shandies and the Guinness, and I've had all the friends and the accoutrement. They all taste like bitter bread water, and I would rather drink cider or wine or literally any liqueur except for Jack Daniels, which I also don't like. I don't like Chardonnay. I love wine, but I hate Chardonnay. Everyone is unsubscribed. I hate relish. That's a thing. I think cake is better than pie, and I hate buttercream frosting. I know what Georgia Harris is gonna say. Devil's toothpaste, because she hates frosting. Spooky Mulder, love that username. Your favorite subject in school? History! I loved history when I was in school. There was never a year in school where I didn't like history class. I'm gonna use blue. Bisexual pride flag eyes. Love that for me. I'm gonna use blue raspberry from this palette. I enjoyed the process of learning French, but my French class was terrifying because my teacher was a nightmare woman. Something about you makes me feel like a nightmare woman. Ooh, Fallout has entered the chat. Like that low-key bangs. Bra snapped. Kano Asami 22 asked, what's the meaning of life, girl? To find your own definition of happiness and abide to it. Huffle cookies. What are you gonna be for Halloween? That's a secret. Actually, I'll tell you. My favorite movie is Legally Blonde, so I'm gonna be Elle Woods, but I'm gonna wear devil horns, so I'm Hell Woods. Mia R. Beauty, who's wonderful, asked, how do you feel your YouTube experience changed since getting more followers? Is it better or worse, or why? It's better because I get more people to talk to. I'm definitely getting worse at responding to comments because there's more of them, so sorry. I do read all my comments, I just can't respond to all of them now. I'm gonna put pink lemonade on my lower lash line. I said something in a video recently where I was like, oh, I don't wanna wear like concealer every day because I don't want to become dependent on that, and I want to like how I look without it. And so many people were like, I have felt that same thing, but I didn't know how to put that into words. Your girl maybe got a little bit misty. Your girl maybe teared up a little bit, but like I love it. I love engaging with people, and I love that what I'm saying resonates with people. That's all I really want my content to be. I'm going to go into this Transformer shade Bubblegum and put that a little bit on the inner third of my eye, and also kind of make that an inner corner highlight. Ari Lynette, which Spice Girl is your favorite? Girl, which Spice Girl do you think is my favorite? Blah, 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 feminism, girl power. Do you know what I mean? Mel B. Anytime I wear space buns and people say that I remind them of Scary Spice, it adds 15 minutes to my lifespan, so thank you for that. Regina _Puntaspili asked, tell us more about your experience in Italy. I'm Italian, so I want to know what you think of this. I loved Italy. I had a bit of an emotional breakdown in Italy because I was very nervous that my Italian wasn't good enough to actually talk to other Italians my age. But that's not Italian people's fault, that's my fault. Everybody was very nice. I think Italian is a gorgeous language. I love art history, it's what I was studying there, and my school was like around the corner from the Uffizi. My host mother, Giuliana, is the sweetest woman ever and I love her. Traveled, I went to Rome, I went to Modena, I went to Milan, I went to Venice, I went to Catania. Didn't go to Napoli because I'm a dumb bitch. I loved Italy. My Italian professor was incredible. Lorenzo! I did great work there. I wrote an essay on the iconography of Judith in Judith slaying Holofernes. I talked about Artemisia Gentileschi. I wrote about the cultivation of the Reggio Emilia procedure of teaching early childhood education, which was cultivated in Emilia-Romagna in the post-war years. I love it. I love Florence. I love the work I did there. I wish I'd been a little bit more courageous about going out. You know, hindsight's venti venti. Inner part of the lower lash line, I'm gonna use Blue Lagoon. You gonna Ariana Grande focus on me? Thank you. Italy's wonderful. I really want to go back and not have an emotional breakdown. I ate a whole bunch of arancini, which is my favorite food ever. Amazing. Ooh-wee. One of my cats is cleaning themselves behind me, which is the single worst sound known to man. This is an amazing palette. The yellow in here, Banana, is the greatest matte yellow I've ever used. I've already have a dip in it because I've been using it a lot. This is phenomenal. What matte yellow have you ever seen that swatches that well? And it performs so well. I'm gonna lose my marbles if I ever actually pan that. That's another reason I want to get hella clout, because I want to be able to DM whoever runs September Rose and be like, hey, can you send me like 17 pans of Banana? Thank you. Because they don't sell single eyeshadows. Fertilizer asked, pineapple on pizza? Hell no. Dead Girl Walking _VS. Now that song's gonna be in my head. Thanks. Asked, how can someone be as awesome as you? Commit to looking ridiculous all the time. And you got it. Also, any advice in getting idiots to shut up at high school? See, I'm not a great person to ask about that because I've actually never dealt with bullying. But I think it's because I was always super tall and intimidating looking, so people were a little scared of me. Remind yourself that high school was extremely temporary, and anyone who says high school lasts forever, it never really ends, is trying to hold on to their youth desperately, so ignore them. Don't isolate yourself from your support system. I hope that's good advice. I really do. I'm sorry if it's not. Pink Baby G! Hey girl, you have a great Instagram. Dream job? And who do you want to collab with? My dream job is I would love to continue making comedic internet content in some variety. I would love to write for a show. Dream collab, probably Miles J. I just feel like we belong. Oh my god, Michaela Long. I just want to be on the Tiny Meat King podcast. I'm the tallest riblet. Your girl Kath. Hello! Great photographer, by the way. If you don't follow your girl Kath and you would like some beautiful photography in New York City in your feed, give her a freaking follow. I will link her in the description. What do you do other than YouTube? Nothing. Fruit Rats, your favorite place to buy makeup from? Ricky's! Ricky's NYC, the best place in the world. When I die, press my ashes into a compact and put me in the Ricky's Pro Center on Broadway. Allison Trujillo. Allison Truge on Instagram, but hey girl, we're gonna hang out, because once you befriend me, I'm like glitter or tar. I'm in your life. If you ever collabed on a palette with a brand, what color, family, or story would you choose? I thought about this a lot actually. I want to do something like ooky spooky. You know, I want like a bone white and a blood red and a black and like a deep dark forest green and a perfectly matte lime green, because every lime green I come in contact with has shimmer in it and I don't get it. And like a deep like Eve Klein cobalt navy blue and a bright banana yellow and like a perfect fiery orange. I really like this. I think that turned out kind of nice. For blush, I'm gonna use something kind of heavy that won't go with this look at all. I'm gonna use my Too Faced Cherry Bomb blush from the Tutti Frutti collection. This thing is wild pigmented. I'm gonna go heavy on the gold so I have like a real sheen to my cheeks. This is the LA Girl Strobelite in 20 watts. My favorite highlighter, Arios.jpg, or I guess Arios.jpg. What are your thoughts on Azealia Banks and what are your favorite songs of hers? She's a mess and I don't like her anymore. I thought that for a couple of years, but once you come for Kesha, canceled. I will never stop listening to 212 though. Placebo_high art asked, how do you like Massachusetts? Gonna become a proper booty guru, move to LA? I don't like LA very much. I don't like the way it's structured. I think it's too big and too widely set. It doesn't feel like a city. If I'm gonna move anywhere, it's gonna be New York, unfortunately. But I love Massachusetts. It's my home. Lauren C. on Twitter asked me, what do you want as your ultimate career? Does it relate to your degree? I don't quite know that yet, but I want to keep writing and I want to keep creating content for the internet. I want to make people laugh and think, and I love beauty stuff. I could be like a humorous beauty editor. I'm gonna have to create a career for myself. Who knows? Does it relate to my degree? In a way, yes, because I went to a useless liberal arts school. So I just have a BA, so like my degree is nothing and vague, so yes, anything I do could relate to my degree. I studied education and child psychology though, so no, in that respect, it does not. For lips, I'm gonna use my NYX Strictly Vinyl lip gloss in the shade Bad Girl. Someone commented on a video if I had any advice about starting a YouTube channel. The only advice that anyone can give is do it and be consistent with it and make content that makes you happy and that you enjoy. Because if you hate what you create or you're just trying to do it to get famous, you're not gonna have a good time. I like my videos, I do. I watch them sometimes and I'm like, she made some points. I don't like how this lip looks with this eye look. Nope! I'm gonna do something really natural. Milani's Matte Beauty instead. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Cool. Cool. Okay, so this is my finished look. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. Before you leave, I'm gonna need you to do a quick favor for me. If you could go ahead and have an amazing day, that would be the answer to all my questions. Thanks again for watching. Goodbye. If you needed a reason to unsubscribe from me, look at my Twitter and there's your reason.